Hey guys, Glenn Proudfoot here. Now I call this lesson Alien Guitar. Now the reason, with the name I guess, is because when I was a kid and I would hear, players like Shawn Lane or Rusty Cooley or, Buckethead, there was, segments of their playing where they would be doing things where, I could hear that it was legato, but tonally I just had no idea what they were doing, and it sounded like nothing I'd ever heard before. So I always just referred to it as alien guitar. So obviously later on as my playing progressed, I figured out ways to adapt these techniques to my playing, which I'm going to share with you today. So once again, these all these patterns are using diminished scale and arpeggios. And there's also some string skipping, but predominantly it's legato exercises. Okay, in these first two examples, I'm going to be doing some string skipping from the G to the E string, and also moving up and down the neck. Is we're playing the diminished arpeggio, we're playing 3 notes of the diminished arpeggio on the G string. And then we do the same thing, but we skip the B string and we're doing the same thing on the E string. Now, the main reason that we do that is that the finger patterns, the actual shape that we create on the G, is going to be the same on the E. So it's an easy thing to trend, apart from the actual skipping the string, it's easy to move around in. Now this is all with hammers and pulls, okay? So simply what we're doing is we're picking the first note of each string. That again, and correct without the mistake. So you can see even if we do like on the E string here, we do the hammers, and then we all pull off all the way back. Okay, so now in this example, it's very similar to the first example, but we're kind of pivoting off this note here. So we play through, we hammer the G string, and we go down to the 9th fret of the E, and then pull back here. It's just a cool way to incorporate a different feel when playing through these kind of things, because one thing that I've found is that if we simply just have that legato approach all the time, the playing can get very stagnant when you switch into this kind of style. So having a little pivot note like that can, just it breaks up the feel a little bit. Okay, so that's slow. Okay, in these next couple of examples, we're going to take this basic idea and start moving it up and back down the neck. So basically what we're doing here is that we're hammering the first shape, and then we're sliding up to change positions, and we're using pull-offs. So hammers, pulls, and then we start in this position again, hammers, Okay, so here's another example of how you can incorporate these kind of shapes into your playing. Now, with this example, we're going to be moving down the guitar, down the scale, and when we get to the G string, we're going to skip the B and move down to the E. Okay, so you notice that on the way down, it's all hammers, and on the way back up, it's all pulls, okay? Now, with this particular lick, once we start to incorporate some of the earlier examples that we did, we can really start to capture the sound that I'm talking about. In this next example, what I'm doing is I'm using a combination of all the previous examples to create a run. Now, this particular run is, I've actually used this run in a solo, in a song of mine. And yeah, I really dig it. And you know, these kind of things can sound really cool if you use them with a wah pedal and stuff like that as well. But you know, the thing to remember is that use this example, you know, and just take the ideas that you like and build your own runs. You know, that's what this is all about. Okay.